I do. My mic is... It's working. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. It has been a while. Let's get some of that music going, shall we? Have it not drown me out. How do I look at you guys? How do I... Hello, hello, hello. Your prince has arrived. It is I, Griffin Von Hadley of Sunrise Galaxia's first wave Ventureverse. You might have seen me before, you might not have. I don't know. We've had a few gaps between our memories. But what matters now is that I'm right here, right now. Today, I'm going to be doing what is called a virtual YouTuber debut. I don't know if you guys have heard that before, but it's when you debut as a virtual YouTuber, shortened as VTuber. Have you guys heard of that before? Normally I would have a chat on stream, however, on screen. Well, on the screen of the stream. Well, I say normally, but this is my re-debut stream. Re-debut, technically. There's been many attempts by me in the past to push myself to stream. However, after some analysis, after some self-analysis over the years, I've decided to just go for it. No setting expectations for myself. And that is how I will approach this. I'm a demon prince king. Prince, king, demon. Demon king, lord, prince. Let's become someone big. We have a long week of debuts ahead of us. Spread out across different times of the day, in case someone can't make one, in case someone can't make another. With this being the first, we have a YouTube debut. Hello, YouTube. I'm going to try and keep all of the information in each stream the same. Also make it digestible. We're not going to go on for too long. But we're also not going to keep it too short. And then we will close it off on... What day are we going to close it off on? How long is 1 week? We're going to close it off on Saturday. Saturday the 20th is when the true debut will be. That will be a multi-stream between YouTube and Twitch.tv. And with that one, I'll go a little bit more in depth as to everything I mentioned in here. However, we're going to be capitalizing on the trend. I don't know if you ever looked at people's channels, but it's always their debut videos that have the most views. So I decided, you know what? What if I just do that 7 times? 7 times the view competitions. So that is exactly what we'll do. And maybe we'll get even more and more viewers in each one until we reach the pinnacle of it all. However, that's besides the point. What matters now is information about me. Let me dox myself. No. My name is Spiff and Spawn Spatsby. Whiff and Wom Whamwy. And you can see how to spell my name right here. Right here. You got the Griff IN space VON space HADLEY. And I am also not going to try and figure out how to say it on here, but I assume it says the same thing, you know, because, well, that's how languages work, right? We have how to spell my name in katakana for our Japanese senses. I speak English mainly, and I know a few words in Spanish, however, my pronunciation isn't the best. Hola, como estas? Yeah, that'll get a real kick out of people. Here, I've already mentioned to you my rank. You should have it memorized. Don't let it slip your mind, otherwise you might have to get, well, a lobotomy. Because obviously your memory is not that good anyways. Something's a bit off here. Let me change this. There we go. Lovely. Okay. My date of existence is on November 13th, if you want to mark that down on your calendars. We are healthy 18 years old. Not something huge like 187. That would certainly be very ancient, especially for normal people, which I am. Well, normal person, which I definitely am. And we also have an average height, you know, 166 centimeters. I don't think not too many people taller, not too many people shorter than me. We're sitting there right in the middle, 5'6" in freedom units. You see, I'm a very normal person. Normal person that doesn't stick out too much. Don't get dizzy from all that turning. I can turn all that I want to. Look at me go. I have awesome balance. Now, where does that bring me? Now that I've successfully told you literally everything about myself, literally everything that there is to know about me, we're gonna elaborate the About Me section. Now, because I already told you everything about myself, we're gonna go over each individual subject matter one by one until I felt satisfied to the point that I feel like you guys can make a clone out of me if you so wish, you know, because you're so alone and lonely and you need some of my company with you. So starting with number one, I like being good. You know how some people like they like play games and then they're like, oh man, I really don't like this game because it's so easy and it's literally like a cakewalk. It feels like I'm not even like putting in any effort to actually win the game. And then I look at them and I'm like, ha 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 ha. Well, I actually really like that. So I like my games being easy because that means I'm good in comparison to everyone else. That's the kind of thing. I also like just being good in general. I play a bit of competitive games, or at least I play games and I try to get good. So there's that. And that is where this one comes in. Bam! Even though I said I like cakewalks, I also like a bit of challenge, because then that means that I can prove myself. You know, part 2 and part 1 go together. It's like peanut butter and jelly without the bread. Where you, if you just like combine them both, it's like, wow. That really stuck out to me. That really, well, that sentence didn't really make sense. However, what does make sense is that I like completing really hard challenges. I don't know if I'll actually pursue that. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But only time will tell. Now, next up, we have creation. I like to make things. I used to play a lot of Little Big Planet and Minecraft when I was little. I like the idea of making like the Minecraft like adventure maps and things. So I would used to do that. Now I mainly try to. I'm getting into music creation. I'm getting into game making. What else? And I'm also about to begin my process of learning 3D animation, so I can do stuff with that. So while I don't have any specialty in those things at the moment, in the near or far, in the uncertain future, I will get back to you guys with updates on those. Who knows? Maybe I'll even try to learn some of that on stream. Now, next up, destruction. You know, they always say it's easier to destroy than to create, and as a result, you just can't help but find some enjoyment in that. Yeah, no, that's all. And then number 5, we do a bit of trolling anyways. For some of the things that I don't like having a skill issue, okay? Okay, yeah, you know, I like being good, so when I can't be good, that means that I am bad, and I have a skill issue. So that obviously doesn't go in line with my likes. It is a natural like and dislike. Another thing I don't like, challenge. I don't like it when things are really hard. I don't like it when things are too hard for me to defeat. Yuck. Phooey. Okay. Like, if you wanna make like, oh, sorry. If you want to make like a really hard like Mario Kaizo level, I want to beat it. But the fact that I can't beat it because it's too hard for me makes me angry. So maybe I'll quit, or maybe not. It depends. I don't know. That's why challenge is under both my likes and dislikes, because I can easily teeter between the two. Number 3, ignorance. I don't like being ignorant about things. I like knowing things. It's like, show me the Carfax. I want to know literally everything about anything. I guess there's not really too much for me to elaborate on that. I literally just like willed it into existence. Number 4, I really hate horror. I don't like scary things. I don't like jump scares. I don't like creepy things. Okay, it gets me thinking, and I'm like, wah. And I also don't like being trolled. So with all of that in the way, I hope you got that memorized. We're gonna have a test on this in like the end of the semester. So you best be paying attention. Right. And now that you've got all that written down, bam. Here. We got some of my favorite things ever in the existence of ever. Except only when it comes to anime, and only when it comes to games. Feeling a little hungry. I would suggest you make your way to the dining hall if you're a little bit hungry for something. We got some food there. I don't know how long it's been sitting out for. However, I can say for certain that at one point it was edible. Here we got some of our favorites. These things helped shape my life, okay? These things transformed me into the person I am today. Starting with Yuki Yuna. You know, a lot of people, they grow up like watching magical girl animes. Actually, no, that's a lie. A lot of people who watch anime grow up watching that stuff. Yuki Yuna was my first one, and I watched it, I think, like 5 years ago. And I still think about it to this day. This thing it's really rich in its story. I like it. I give it a 10 out of 10. Data Live. Data Live is a long-lasting series that, well, I can't really talk about a lot of these without like spoiling. It's like, I don't know. These are all really good. They're all, you should check all of these things out. They're really cool and fun. Now, games. These ones they have a story, but they also have something else other than story that I can talk about. So I don't really have to worry about spoilers if it's just for gameplay. So, starting off, you have Geometry Dash. It used to be a rage game, but now it's just like a rhythm game. Kind of. We've discovered in recent times it's actually considered a rhythm platformer. This one I'm gonna want to play it on stream just to have fun with it. It's got some pretty crazy stuff, you know. Steelwork is an MMO that touched my heart. It has a really grand story, and unfortunately it's started dying down a little bit after some chain of events. So I've been unable to find enjoyment in playing that recently, but I still hold it close to my heart. Following along, FPS games. I used to be a really big Call of Duty player, and then it kind of like fell off for me. So then like I stopped playing it. I started like playing it again. I still think it's really nice. It's really cool and fun. No matter what the people say. We got a GD Pro in our relations. Melty Blood. Melty Blood is a fighting game that one of my friends got me into. I'm not a fan of fighting games, but this one in particular I grew attached to. And, well, I ended up getting like somewhat decent at it. It's Melty Blood Actress again, current code, and Melty Blood Type Lumina. And also like some sandbox games. I mentioned Little Big Planet and Minecraft earlier, for the same reason that I mentioned earlier, actually. And also Kingdom Hearts. We have Kingdom Hearts here. Really story-driven game. At first you play just because it's like nice and fun and simple, and then as a result you kind of start caring about the story. So you just end up getting really invested, really involved, and then you start looking at all the YouTube videos, and then you start trying to do everything, and then blah blah blah. It's just a really inviting game, I think. So, on to the next one. Oh, I didn't actually set this one up properly. Ah, you know what? That's fine. Here I am. Here, for our goals. I don't actually have anything... Oh, let me actually... Let me shift that down. Bam. We're also going to bring this in. Bam. Well, actually. Bam. So, for stream goals, I don't really know what I want to accomplish. I'm not going to pretend like I do. I'm just going to kind of wing it for now. I feel like if I set expectations for myself, I'm just going to disappoint myself in the future. That's kind of why pressing the start stream button took so long. So, maybe I'll develop some goals in the future. Maybe the near future, maybe the far future. An uncertain future, so to speak. We have many different approaches that we can take to this. But for now, you guys will join me along the journey, right? Let's move on to the next one, a more important slide. this is one that you guys are gonna have to care about a lot. So, as you guys can see, we have things off screen. Things that are off screen right now. So. We have our general tag for if you just want to talk about me and anything. If you're like, hey, this is kind of, it kind of like makes me think of him. Although I guess you could probably just like tag me in a post. However, if I ever get popular, that might be a bit hard. And then we also have our live tag if you ever want to do like a screenshot or like reply to a thing I'm saying, but you don't actually want to say it in chat, so you don't want me to read it, but then I might actually read it because it's in the live tag, and then everyone else is going to see it, and then they're going to be like, wow, look at this guy, he's going to be talking. So we have hashtag long live. I'll probably just be using that whenever I go live. We have our art tag, Griffin Von Hadley, for any fan art, since I know that that is a common trend in this community. The VTubing community as well as the art community really messes well together, especially since, you know, I'm literally a moving piece of art. We have a little fan symbol here. It's specifically the wine with the bat together. If we just have like a wine, it'll be someone else. If you have just the bat, it'll be someone else. But specifically the wine and the bat together, Nazmi. And then you guys are going to be known as my Grifflings. It's like little bat boys. I'll have to give you guys a form at some point. For now, you're just wandering spirits. And I summon you during battle, probably. You have the right to refuse. So normally it doesn't actually go through. So, you can commit these to memory if you wish, or not. It doesn't really matter too much, because you'll do it anyways. However, that is going to bring us to this next part. We got some credits here. Actually missing one tiny bit of credit. Oh, yuck. Get that box out of here. So, over here on the left, we have our little outro animation. It's made by Vanilla Tea. We had this made a long while back. I forgot how interactions went, but I imagine they're a really sweet person. They're just, And then we also ripped this background straight from Skitter Photo. You know, we love free stock assets. And then, as for final special thanks, we have BBB Hachimanisu as the person who actually made and rigged my model. She is the reason I am alive right now. She's the reason why I am here in front of you right now. Thank you very much, BBB. That's Madison. And, well, as a little fun fact, I made the background music that you're listening to right now. It was 90% me. I got the original riff from BB herself, and then I remade it a tiny bit. I think I actually messed up somewhere. I was listening to it as I was like setting up the stream. There's like a gap. Somewhere that like feels like a bit unnatural. So yeah, I might have to like fix that. But blah. Let me Let me clean up this room. Bam. So, where does that bring us to now? So, my other gen mates are on a bit of a long hiatus. However, they will not be disregarded. Okay? No matter how long it takes for them to return, I'll be waiting. I might have gone through some troubles that caused me to keep on restarting. However, we are back. We're not so back yet, as we still have to get through the rest of this debut week. I'll be seeing some maybe different people, maybe the same people. We'll be seeing some people tomorrow, as tomorrow will be the Twitch debut. I'll be going over the same stuff here, just at a different point in time of the day. No. If there's... I don't know what I was gonna ask. If there's anything... Well, I mean, I don't... It's kind of like a... like a force of habit kind of thing, except there's no, like, habit behind it. What was I gonna say? If there's anything else that you want to know... But, like, where was I gonna lead with that? I mean, like... Come on. Also, something's up. Okay, so I'll be ending stream right here. I'm happy to see all of the wonderful chats that we've gotten here. I'll keep note of them and reply to them on the true debut stream that is happening on Saturday, December 20th. And from there, that is where this chapter will continue or begin, depending on how you want to view it. Upon looking at my ending screen, it looked like some of it got shattered throughout the timeline. So there's a chance that we might just be looking into a black void here. And I'm about to find out that truth with you guys. So let's go on this adventure. It's fine. I should put the music on this part too.